Hello, you all. It's Agnes coming to you with another flower. This time we are going to be making a sunflower. And look what I have. I have a paper towel roll, I have a brown shopping bag, and I do have some kind of lid. So let's go to work. As you can see, is I'm folding one side of my brown grocery paper bag, or you can use the lunch bag, into pieces, into the folds, and then I'm going to just simply cut the strips. I do wanted to keep this sunflower rustic, and I literally think that this whole week we are going to be somehow doing a different versions. So as you can see, is I do have actually one of the wider ones I'm going to leave. So here we go. So now you have all the strips, and I would say they are roughly around 3/4 of an inch. So now you fold them in half, and then you fold them again in half, and then you add the hot glue to the bottom of it, and boom, you glue it to your lid, and then you keep on doing that. I absolutely love crafting out of nothing, and I am so hopeful that every single one of you will find all those supplies in their own house, and I am going to be bombarded with those sunflowers made out of the brown paper bag and paper towel rolls. Okay, so as you can see, is even if you are not exact with the measurements, because that's what you always worry, is it's not a big deal, because when hot glue dries you can always even it out or cut a side of it so they sort of uniform. But obviously we are going for rustic. We are going for the one that will match the scarecrows I just made with you. So as you can see, is it goes pretty quick, folding it in half, folding it in half, folding it in half, and until you have a little piece to glue it all together. Easy, right? But the only thing that I do wanted to have, to let you know is that sorry, I didn't mean to laugh, but I was recording it. My friend texted me, and I just couldn't stop to just giggle. What I was trying to say is, you leave the at least I did leave the outer edge of my sunflower, as you can see, maybe around an inch or so, and I am going to use the bigger one, the taller one, the wider one, whatever you may call it. You remember, I'm bilingual, and fold them in a completely different direction to create that little rim. And as you observe the sunflower heart, it does have the middle of the sunflower slightly lower than the other edge. So I'm trying to imitate here as close as I can. So see how fast that was? And I'm almost done, and it does look like, when you up close, I do not know if it shows right now in the camera, but it does look like sort of like the middle of the my sunflower, and of course it pretends that these are the seeds. Okay, so that's done, and now we need to take care of the petals. So the petals are going to be painted, because obviously we are dealing here with the brown paper bag and the paper towel roll. So I'm trying to, it's supposed to be a small red, but guess what? Now I'm going to have a lot of colors over here. So my goal here is to go to this orangey look of the sunflower. Remember, I am making this rustic one, so it's got to look sort of dingy. So I guess this is the word there. So I'm just going to paint my tube before I'm going to work on the petals. So I'm going to give a nice couple coats to make sure that it's nicely covered up. Okay, so now as that my tubes are drying, I'm of course going to bring my gilding wax, and I'm going to add some color. I was actually thinking that maybe I should white brush it and just do that way, but you know what, then I decided if I'm going to just wipe off all my brush with the gold, you know me, I have to squeeze the gold anything I do now. So that should be it, and it does actually look pretty good. See, look at that pretty sheen. Okay, so my tubes are semi-dry, not really 100%, they just still sort of, but you know what, I can't wait. So I decided to cut the little strips. These are actually the kind of the crafting that I constantly was doing with my mom. We've been literally crafting out of nothing, so I really truly hope that you're going to show me that you're doing it too. Of course, now I've cut my tube, and of course everything comes all together. So now I needed more of the brown bag and create a little bit more of an interest, so my lid is being hidden. So I folded, I would say, 4-inch wide strip of the brown paper bag. I folded in half, and of course I created the little fringe that I always do with majority of the flowers. And then I'm going to flip it over, so I'm going to have a little bubble. That means it's going to be a little bit fluffier than being pressed as it's being folded on the previous side. And all what I'm going to do is just hot glue it all around my sunflower. Do you see where I'm getting with it? Because again, when you look at it, and ideally I should have actually painted, a little brownish, goldish color in there, but I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not done with sunflowers this week. Okay, so now I have all those strips all around it, and obviously because I'm dealing with the lid, and again, if you do not have one, you use the cardboard as your base for the sunflower heart, and you just simply go around that. So obviously I cut a little bit of the brown paper, so I'm going to cut it so it's even out with the lid of mine. I don't measure, I just cut. Okay, so now let's just have fun and install my petals. Originally, if I would have had at least 2 or 3 paper towel rolls, but guess what? We are still not done, as I told you. I would wanted to install it differently, and I will for sure be saving it to show you. We still have a long way. So as of right now, all what I can do is just install it sideways all around whatever we've been just working on. And as you can see, is I still have a leftover cuts, so little strips of my so-called petals. So I decided to simply double hot glue them right, randomly in some areas where I feel like, it needs a little bit more of action. See, I'm even recycling. I mean, this is how I work. No, I actually feel, me, I love everything fuller and bigger. So here it goes. I am actually going to have fun with installing it, but I'm not going to hold you through this whole process. So here it goes. I do wanted to bring additional interest since, as I was telling you, I did not paint that outer edge. So I'm bringing my favorite raffia. This is the one that I usually like to use around this time. It does have that greenish, sort of brownish hues to it. And this is my favorite one. And of course, I have some kind of necklaces that, as you can see, is I spray painted gold because I'm going to be working with the sassies today and I needed some gold. So I am going to install it right on the outside, right where I added my raffia, just to bring a little bit more accent. Because I should have actually painted beforehand, but I didn't. So the necklaces gotta be it. So as you can see, is I'm installing my hot glue here and there, attaching it, and I think it's good. So now I was thinking that maybe I should actually put something in the middle, but then no, it's going to take it away. I actually do like my brown paper in there. So now I'm going to attach a little bit of a raffia. Ideally, I would wanted to have a green one, but I did not have it, and I wanted to so badly to finish this. So I'm using a Dollar Tree raffia that I actually do not like that much because it's so coarse and so stiff. It's just not the fun raffia. It's not the one that I like. But either way, I'm going to twist it all around because obviously, you know me, I do not want it to glue everywhere. And I'm going to just tie a bow on the side, and that will be it. And hopefully that's going to also help me hold my petals out of the paper towel rolls. I so love raffia, but I tell you, even tying a simple bow is just difficult with this one. It's so coarse. Okay, so now I do have my net ribbon that ideally, if I would have a green raffia, that would have been it. But because I don't have it and I am missing a little bit of a green, I'm just going to fold it here and there and create some kind of a leaves right to the side of it, right next to my raffia. Of course, I do not want to burn my fingers, so I'm going to tie it with another piece of the raffia that's laying down, hot glue it to the side underneath my raffia to make sure. And here it goes. Here is the close-up of the sunflower we just made. Super rustic, but I do love the movement on it, and I really hope that you are liking it too. And I really hope that you're going to just turn around and make the sunflower out of nothing and show it to me later on. So it's again, if you did enjoy, please don't forget to sprinkle. And this is my sunflower number 2. I will be making another one soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.